Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social in association with William Hill, Empire Fight. So delighted to be joined by heavyweight Michael Coffie. Michael, you've come over to fight Fabio Wardley, current British champion. He's on a bit of a high trajectory at the minute. This is a big opportunity for you to sort of snatch that limelight for him and thrust yourself into some even bigger fights. How are you feeling coming into this? It's going to be a good test.
Yeah, definitely a good test. I feel good, I feel healthy, and I'm excited and ready to go.
How long have you known about this fight? Fabio's been trying to get fights. I spoke to him a few weeks ago with some of the other British guys, so challenging for the belt. How much notice did you get for this fight?
It wasn't that much notice. Probably about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, but I'm not really concerned with the notice because I was already in the gym, so we're ready to go. What
do you see in Fabio? You mentioned that before. You've been talking about this fight. What do you see in Fabio that you think, you know what, I can be that guy? What do you see in him?
Honestly, I see some flaws in his defense, and I know myself, and I know when I'm at my best. I know the punches I can land, and I know just how hard I can land them. So that's what I plan on. Those are the things I plan on exposing in the fight.
He comes from a white collar background, but he has excelled so far. When you look at Fabio, obviously he's obviously the golden boy. He's like the next generation of matchroom fighters coming through. How sort of satisfying will it be for you to come over here and to prove a lot of people wrong? Because obviously people are expecting Fabio to win, looking at the odds, but you're here to really shake it up.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be very satisfying, but especially to myself and to my team. My team knows what I can do. I know what I can do. So, it's all about me going out there and just putting it on full display for everybody out here. And then hopefully y'all like it enough to bring me back.
Now the heavyweights, everyone always expects a knockout. Is that how you see this going? Do you believe you drag him in deep waters and manage to get him out of there? Or do you think you'll be able to box and get a victory over in the UK?
Truth be told, I want to knock out every fight, but I'm prepared that, if the knockout don't come, I'm prepared to do what I got to do to get that W. So if we have to go to the later rounds, that's just what we're going to have to do.
You mentioned to me off camera, this is your first trip to the UK, but you had been to Ireland before as part of the Marines. How long have you served in the Marines, and when did you sort of transition from over to boxing?
Yeah, so I did a 4 and 4, which is 4 years active, 4 years reserve. I went in 07, and went over there, Afghanistan and everything like that. So when I went to Ireland, it was like a stopping point. Yeah, it was like an in-between point. We went to Ireland, then Kyrgyzstan, and then we went to Afghanistan.
When did you sort of get into the boxing then? At what point of your life did you decide to turn professional?
That's one of the similarities that me and him have is that, I guess you could say we started late. We picked up the sport fast, probably largely due to our athleticism and everything like that. What pushed me into the sport, honestly, was a friend of mine. He was my corporal in my unit, yeah, and this was something he always would say I should do. And I would brush it off and everything like that. But then one day, he signed me up for the Golden Gloves, and after having my first fight, I was hooked.
Well, talk to me about this main event for Anthony Joshua. It's a huge card for you to be on. What do you make of the main event? It's got obviously a guy in Jermaine Franklin. It looks like he's coming to this fight in better shape than he did before for the Dillian White fight. And Anthony Joshua is going to be looking to bounce back off 2 back-to-back defeats to Alexander Usyk. How do you see this main event going? Is this a bit of a hurdle for AJ to get over? Do you believe Franklin can get the job done? What do you think?
It's the heavyweight division, so at any given moment, any one of us can get the job done. But definitely, I would say, Joshua coming off of the 2 losses, but those were respectable losses.
Yeah, Usyk, yeah.
To a really good fighter. You know what I'm saying? So there ain't nothing to be, nothing for him to hold his head down about. If I have to put my money on the fight, I'll put it on Joshua to win. But it's not going to be an easy fight. Not at all. Because Franklin can fight. Franklin has, he has a good resume. You look at his last fight, he did his thing. And in my opinion, he arguably won that fight. So
I was going to say, how did you see that last fight? Because Dillian White had been coming off the Tyson Fury defeat, and we weren't sure what to expect from Franklin. He came over here, it was a bit unknown. and everyone was sort of expecting Lenihan to come back with a really impressive victory. It was very close on the cards. I know a lot of people who thought Franklin won. Did you have Franklin winning that fight well, or how did you see it?
Yeah, so, like, literally when the ref is holding both of their wrists, I said to myself, oh, Franklin won the fight. But then Dillian White's hand went up, and, I wasn't mad at it because I was like, it was a close fight. So I could see it going either way. But in my opinion, I thought Franklin won.
Do you worry about that when you come over to the UK and you think, if you have a really good fight with Fabio Wardley and it goes to the scorecards and you think, well, I've won this by 2-3 rounds, do you, in your back of your mind, do you think, I hope we get a fair shake? We see it a lot of the time where fighters go to other countries and things like that. It happens over here, it happens everywhere. Is that one thing you look at, or is it a case of just take this out of the judge's hands?
To be honest with you, it could happen anywhere. It could happen to me back at home. So really, the burden of responsibility is on me to make it so that it doesn't look close. There's no way that could even be a thing. So that's what I plan on doing.
Have you got a message to all your fans, friends, family, supporters, people back home who are getting behind you and be watching in the UK?
Hey, I hear y'all. I hear y'all supporting me and cheering. Keep it up and get ready to enjoy a really good fight. And hopefully it's a short night. But if not, hey, you're still going to win.
Well, Michael, appreciate your time. Thanks for talking to Boxing Social. We'll catch up after the fight.
Appreciate you.